What's crack-a-lackin' YouTube? It's your boy Herc the Soulful, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite games, a game that catches a lot of flack that don't really deserve it, and that's Star Wars Battlefront 2. As y'all know, there's been a lot of controversy revolving around this game, and some of it is justified, but after a while I felt like the heat should have died down when it didn't. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about some characters that I like to see in future updates. So to start us off, I'm going to talk about two characters that I'm 100% sure are going to be added to the game pretty soon, and that's Obi-Wan and General Grievous. I feel like these two will be great additions. I can see General Grievous moveset being something along the lines of him spinning, sort of like how he did in the animated series, where he spins and he just takes out massive amounts of enemies. And I can see Obi-Wan's moveset being around his defensive capabilities, where one of his moves is ultimate defense. You can't get a hit in on him, or he deflects all the blasters back that's fired at him for a certain amount of seconds. Or one of his moves can be a super counter, where any attack on him is countered for double the damage or something like that. I think those would be really cool, and it really fit their characters. Next, I have Mace Windu and Jango Fett, two iconic characters that should be in the game sooner than later, and I can really see how their movesets would be. With Mace Windu, I can see something along the lines of him having melee strikes with his fist or something. I think that'd be cool, or a speed boost, or something along the lines of Shatterpoint, where for a split second his Shatterpoint allows him to one hit a target or something like that. You don't want to make it too OP, but I really think it's just focused around his Shatterpoint ability. And with Jango Fett, I can see with his Mandalorian gear, with the blades on his wrist, or his grappling hook, or maybe his backpack rocket, I can really see that coming into play. And I think these two characters, like I said, they'll be in the game eventually, but I really like to see these moves. Next, I have Ahsoka Tano and Asajj Ventress, two dual-wielding lightsabers whom I think will be great at introducing those dual-wielding lightsabers. Ahsoka with her yellowish green and green lightsabers, and Asajj Ventress with her two of curved hilt red sabers. I think these two will be great for the game. They're fan favorites. I didn't like Ahsoka at first. I think that's everybody's story. Nobody liked Ahsoka at first, but she grew on us to one of our favorite characters. And plus, I think we need more female lightsaber wielders. I know we have Rey, but that's it. Two more wouldn't hurt. Now, these next two are highly unlikely, but I think they'd be great for the game. So, if y'all ever get bored over there at EA and y'all need two more characters, put Quinlan Vos and Darth Tyrannus in there. Now, as we all know, Darth Tyrannus is one of the greatest lightsaber wielders of all time. Him and his Makashi style are almost undefeatable. But if you read Dark Disciple, Quinlan Vos is a powerhouse too, and he lucked up and he beat Darth Tyrannus. So I think these two will be great for the game. I think it'll be fun to have Darth Tyrannus, wield a lightsaber and be able to use Force Lightning together. Probably make a combo with it. And I think we can probably come up with something for Quinlan Vos and his psychometry. Have it so that he can track different characters, or maybe he can see the field. He can see everyone on the field, or something to go along with his tracking. Something sort of similar to Rey's Insight, but make it that it fits Quinlan Vos. Alright, the next two I have is Rex and Cad Bane. Another set of dual wielders, but these two will dual wield pistols, and you can kind of give them their whole loadout, where they have grenades and stuff like that, and make them like advanced troopers, and we really need Cad Bane. Please, Cad Bane is probably one of my favorite characters in the entire series, and to have him on the game would be phenomenal. It'll blow my mind. I'd really love him. I play with him on Star Wars Battlefront 2, the OG version. I play with him with the mods, and I just love it. So sometimes the mods have different loadouts for him, but I love playing with him, and I would really like to see him in this game. Now let's get into the Galactic Civil War, early Galactic Civil War Rebels era. I don't think we'd see a lot of them, but I think it'd be cool if they do. These are kind of like the new age cast, and just how we get excited when we see the old crew, I think younger fans would get excited when they see the Rebels crew. So to start us off, we have Hera invoked Scarish as pilot. And some of you may not know who Volt Scarish is. He was an Imperial pilot. And I want to say he was stated to be one of the best pilots in the Empire. But in Rebels, he flew the prototype TIE Defender. So I think that'd be cool to have him flying in space in a TIE Defender. And we can have Hera as a pilot, and she's flying around in a Ghost. And I think it'd be cool to have them two in the game and to interact. She's the one who killed him, so I think that'd be dope. And it'll be a plus for people who like to pilot, the ones who like to fly around. Personally, I could never get into it, but I know people out there who love that. So there you go, those two. Next, we have Kanan and the Grand Inquisitor. And I can see their movesets being where the Grand Inquisitor uses his spinning lightsaber. I think that'd be fun to use. It may have been cheesy seeing it, but I think it'd be fun to use. And I can see Kanan running around with a lightsaber and a pistol, using both of them for combos. I think that'd be really cool to see, and that's something we haven't seen before. So to have that in the new Battlefront would be great. Next, I have Sabine and Gar Saxon, and I think it'll be fun if you have these two characters decked out in Mandalorian gear, just flying around the map, just knocking people out. It'll be fun. Not just having one person with a jetpack. And like I said, you can still make them different from Jango or Boba or from each other. You still have them different, but make it so that we know that these are the Mandalorians. And you can even get Sabine the dark saber. Make it so that when she gets close, you can use one of her moves and the dark saber comes out, sort of like how Phasma uses her staff, but make it better, because Phasma's staff sucks. Y'all need to work on that. Now I have Zeb and Rook, and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really like Zeb like that. Really couldn't get into his character, but I think he'd be a fun character for the game. And you can give him his bowcaster, and you can give Rook his electro staff and his cloaking and his tracking ability. I think those would be a bomb combo where he can go invisible for a few seconds, and he has electro staff, so he can sneak behind enemy lines and flank you and just knock a couple of people out before his invisibility wears off. I think that'd be fun. And finally, we have Ezra and Thrawn, and I think these two need to be in the game. With Thrawn, you can have him be like an advanced officer where he raises the health of everyone around him tremendously, or he raises the attack output tremendously or something like that. Just make it so that when he's on the field and he does his stuff, his team really benefits from it, and they get a real quick boost, but the boost is tremendous. And with Ezra, I could see him having his blaster lightsaber where he can switch it from blaster to lightsaber real quick. And even though his blaster doesn't have distance, you can give it the stun capability where if he shoots you, he can stun a couple of people at a time and then use his lightsaber to slash him up. That'll be fun, and I doubt they do this, but I think it'd be dope if the animals, the creatures that are on the maps, the ones that everyone tries to shoot when they first see them, but they don't really do anything. I think it'd be dope is for a split second he can control them animals and have them attack different enemies. Like I said, I highly doubt they'd do that, but tell me that wouldn't be crazy. And for bonus, I have Gene Erso and Krennic. They were in the last game, so why not throw them in this one? You already have the models and stuff just updated. So yeah, these are some of the characters I think would be dope to add to the game. Some of the characters I really want to see, and if some characters that I should have said that I didn't, let me know in the comments below. And tell me what their moveset would be or their powers would be. And let's make this a fun discussion. So remember to like, share, subscribe, show your boy some love. This is Herc Soulful. I'll see y'all on Battlefront 2. Signing out.